Acadia National Park is 73 square miles in size and located on Mount Desert Island in northeast Maine. We stayed in the Cadillac Motor Inn right in Bar Harbor, or as the locals say, Bar Harbor. This gentleman was portraying a carriage driver for the Rockefellers in the 1800s, and he led us on a 90-minute Victorian walking tour through Bar Harbor. St. Saviour's had a multitude of beautiful stained glass windows, many of them by Tiffany's. The Rockefellers and Vanderbilts and other wealthy people had mansions here, but in their method of understatement, they called them cottages, many of which are now bed and breakfasts, so you can go live that lifestyle too for a few days. Our guide explained that this town might be the only one where the Catholic Church was built by the people of the Episcopal Church, which was the only way they could get their servants to come work for them and live in town. Bar Island is right across from Bar Harbor, seen in this photo. This is high tide, but at low tide, looking straight ahead from the kayaks, you're looking at Bar Island again. And at low tide, you can actually walk over there. From 1913 until 1940, John D. Rockefeller financed, designed, and directed construction of over 50 miles of gravel carriage roads. And that included 17 granite bridges, each unique. These carriage roads can only be traversed by bike, on foot, or via carriage. And they take you over valleys and mountains and around all the lakes. No motorized vehicles have ever been allowed on them. Rockefeller brought artisans, stonemasons from Europe over here to do the bridges. 3 of them are shown here. Rockefeller designed the roadways to show off natural sights such as these 3 waterfalls. All of the intersections are well marked with signage, and if you notice the guardrails, you'll see that they are blocks of stone, which were nicknamed Rockefeller's teeth. Biking around the scenic lakes can require 3 or 4 miles of biking. But again, in the understatement of the wealthy people, these were all named ponds. Carriage rides are another popular way of getting around on these beautiful roads. One of our hikes was on the Great Head Trail, and as you'll notice from these photos, the path was very rough and we had to be looking down all the time to watch our footing. And by coincidence, 4 years later, when I returned in 2009 to do a volunteer trail project, this is the trail we worked on, and this is what it looks like now. It has a rock-based foundation with dirt over it and drainage ditches alongside. You can get a pretty good idea of what they mean when they talk about Maine's rugged coastline as you walk along here. Sand Beach seen here is the only beach in the national park, and it is a natural occurring beach. This is called Thunder Hole, and during high tides or storms, it really does thunder. Cadillac Mountain is the highest point and is named for a French explorer. From up here you get magnificent views of the Atlantic, the town of Bar Harbor, the Porcupine Islands, which we kayaked to and around later in this video. Below you see the coastal town of Bar Harbor and 3 of the Porcupine Islands. Another of our hikes took us under this bridge and along this creek. And then we headed over to Rockefeller's boathouse. "130 years ago, the town of Bar Harbor set aside land for this shore path. Our third activity was sea kayaking. Below you see the Porcupine Islands, which we paddled to and around and had lunch on one of them. For hundreds of years, lobstering has been an important commercial activity in this area. And a lobsterman came and spoke to us, showed us the tools of the trade. After this orientation session, we headed over to the Island Chowder House restaurant for our lobster meal. Obviously, most of our participants are too busily engaged with eating to look up and smile for the camera. Here's our entire group of intrepid hikers, bikers, and kayakers, all of whom join me in inviting you to head over to the Elderhostel Rhodes Scholar website and find a program that interests you.